I'm Jennifer Zobel. I am from Brookings, and in my free time, I like to just spend time with, my family and friends and scrapbook and all that stuff. This is Theodore, and we call him Teddy. He is going to be 5 months old, and he is our first, and he has a blood clot, so we come to Brookings to get labs done. He was in the NICU at Avera, and they were doing some ultrasounds and found the clots. And with that, we flew to Children's in Minneapolis, and he had 2 weeks there of just watching him, monitoring everything, and then teaching me how to give Lovenox shots. And since then, he left December 4th. And then he's been home, and we've do Lovenox shots twice a day. We go in and do lab works just here at Brookings because it's close, and his hematologist is in Sioux Falls at the Sanford Children's, so they are able to work together and do the lab work and send the results to Children's. We went to another facility, and they didn't have the appropriate needles and all the lab stuff that they need to do for pediatric stuff. And so they poked him 4 times and still couldn't get the blood work. And so the hematologist called and said, hey, do you want us to try Brookings Health System and see if they have that? And I'm like, okay, I was a little nerve-wracked by then. And so the next day we went in, and the first try, they got the blood work done, and I'm like, okay, we're going to be here, we'll come in here weekly. A lot of relief because he was stressed, with 4 pokes, and they weren't able to get the blood. So it was just a relief. And this morning we went and had lab done, and he just laid there and just smiled, and, he knows the ladies, and, just doesn't even flinch when they, do the labs. And when he's here, they run and grab a warm blanket to wrap him up so he's nice and comfy. And there's been times like he falls asleep in the blankets before they, do the labs. So it means a lot, to have the peace that they know what they're doing. I'm his mom, and, if we had a bad experience, we would be going to Sioux Falls once a week, but thank goodness we had a wonderful experience at Brookings Health System, so we are very faithful at coming here. It's nice to have it in town. We don't have to worry about weather or whatnot. It's, we're here. Absolutely wonderful. Their compassion, they are great. They, we come in and they're welcoming, and, even from the front desk to, they're all like, how's Teddy doing? And they just, you can tell that, everybody there cares, and they like their job, they love their job. So just take a deep breath. It's, it's hard, but when you go to a place that has wonderful staff, it's easier, and they are just, the Brookings Health System is just wonderful. They are there when, if he's having a rough day and, blood work isn't easy, sometimes it's hard for me, and they turn around and, give me a hug and go, it's okay, and, they're wonderful.